Most personal training qualifications include similar topics and subjects, especially if they're industry-regulated qualifications that are backed by reputable awarding organisations like YMCA Awards and Active IQ. Where these qualifications are mapped to CIMSPA's professional standards, then there'll be even more uniformity and standardisation with the subjects. Also, because CIMSPA define what knowledge and skills PTs must have. The main difference between industry recognised qualifications will usually be in the different assessment methods used and the way knowledge and skills in these subjects are measured. In this short video, we're going to walk you through some of the subjects that you'll be studying whilst training to be a PT, and we'll explain why these will be important to your future career as a professional personal trainer. Any credible personal training qualification will place a significant emphasis on learning anatomy, physiology and kinesiology. To be clear, anatomy is concerned with the structure of the human body, physiology is concerned with how the body functions, and kinesiology describes how the body creates and controls movement. As a personal trainer, it's essential to have a strong understanding of all of these subjects because exercise is essentially controlled movement, and this movement will have different anatomical, physiological and kinesiological effects depending on the type of exercise being performed and how well it's performed. By having a deep and rich understanding of these subjects, PTs can design exercise programs that create the right training responses and adaptations, and without placing their clients at any unnecessary risk. Many clients will have injuries, movement impairments or long-term health conditions, and PTs will often need to be able to recognise these, undertake additional research to better understand the condition, and again design exercise programs which lead to positive outcomes for their clients. Without a strong understanding of anatomy, physiology and kinesiology, performing tasks like these would be impossible. It would be a bit like reading a book in a foreign language. Developing strong subject knowledge in these areas does take time, and it's best to approach these subjects in layers. For example, focus on one bodily system at a time and start with the level 2 content first and then only progress to level 3 once you've mastered this. It's certainly not possible to become fluent in these subjects in a matter of weeks without some prior knowledge, which is why any PT course claiming that you can be qualified in just a few weeks is probably questionable. Understanding the different types of fitness, like the difference between strength training, endurance training or skill-based fitness elements, is essential. Trainers also need to clearly understand the demands that these place on the body, and it's essential for any fitness instructor or personal trainer developing exercise programs. Similarly, there are a number of laws or principles, as we refer to them, that must be followed when designing any fitness training program or session if it's going to be both safe and effective. If you ignore these principles, then at best you'll make no progress at all, but worse, you'll invite injury. Having a clear understanding of principles like progressive overload, progression, reversibility, regression and specificity is fundamental for any PTs. But more than this, they need to be creative and adaptable, knowing how to apply these rules in the gym environment to meet their clients' needs. PTs also need intimate knowledge of all the training variables within a training program and what the optimum frequency, intensity, type and time for training is for different goals and people. Science underpins a lot of this information, so it's crucial that any PT develops a comprehensive understanding of these subjects in order to be competent in their role. Diet and nutrition are important components of a healthy lifestyle, and personal trainers play an important role in sharing this information with the goal of educating their clients. As such, there's a good focus on this content in most PT qualifications. Understanding the physiological role of different macronutrients like carbohydrates, fats and proteins will be a key part of the nutritional focus within a PT qualification, including the types of foods that contain these nutrients. Similarly, understanding the role that different micronutrients play on health will also be quite significant. Micronutrients include both vitamins and minerals, and PTs need to understand why these nutrients are important and where they can be sourced if they're going to help their clients to maintain a healthy diet. Dietary analysis is also something that personal trainers are often required to do, although this should only really be with the goal of providing general feedback, advice and education to clients, and not providing them with a detailed meal plan. Most credible PT qualifications will place a reasonable emphasis on the science of healthy eating and nutrition, and again, this isn't the sort of content that can be mastered in only a few weeks. Understanding how other aspects of a client's lifestyle, like their work, education, social and economic status, affects their exercise and nutritional habits is also crucial if PTs are going to be able to affect positive change. All of these subjects and more are delivered both in theory and practice on a good PT qualification. Being able to connect with clients, put them at ease and make them feel relaxed enough to share sensitive information about their health history, exercise habits and future goals and aspirations is a skill that's taught on most good PT qualifications. Mastering how to use techniques like body language, tone of voice, motivational interviewing and different styles of questions to put clients at ease and to create more trust and rapport between you is definitely essential if you want to succeed. Many students think when they start out that they'll be able to do this with ease and usually discover that this isn't the case without some good training and practice. Designing exercise programs is much more than simply listing exercises in a particular order to target different body parts. Trainers need a detailed understanding of the different effects that different types of training and exercise have on the body, and this extends far beyond knowing which muscles are being targeted. Good trainers know how to use different loads, volumes and exercise sequences to create different training effects that will help their clients achieve very specific goals. Like most other subjects in a personal training qualification, exercise programming is a science. Although there's a creative element to designing client programs, trainers need to ensure that they can do this in line with their clients' needs and the principles of fitness training. Being able to deliver engaging, uplifting and motivational sessions to clients in a way that keeps the activity both safe and effective is crucial for any PT. After all, this is what they tend to spend most of their working day doing. Teaching and motivating clients isn't just about demonstrating exercises and counting reps. When clients are under physical stress during exercise, their technique is likely to falter and their ability to process and retain information is impaired. So PTs need to know how to communicate effectively with their clients when they're exercising, reinforce good technique and correct it promptly when required. At the same time, they also need to deliver positive words of encouragement and feedback to keep them focused. If you're doing all of this right, there isn't usually enough time to count reps. Now, for most trainee personal trainers, developing these skills takes a lot of practice, and it's an area that needs to be mastered in order to succeed in the industry. It's these skills and many more that we focus on developing during our PT qualifications, alongside other essential technical information. We hope that this has given you a good flavour of the sorts of things that you'd learn in a good PT qualification. But of course, if you want to know any more, feel free to reach out to our careers team, who'll be more than happy to assist.